Hello, everybody. How are you doing? This is Tony G. Let me get in the camera there. Sorry, folks, if you can't see me very well. Let me adjust the camera real quick. Sorry about that. How y'all doing? This is Tony from Six String Corner, and I'm going to be giving you all a guitar lesson today. So this is for those of you who are coming in live, and also for those of you who may be on later who don't get this live. Don't trust me. You're going to get some information here that's hopefully going to help you out. So what we're going to be doing today is cover 3 essential classic rock riffs. Yes, 3. Uno, dos, tres. 3 classic rock riffs. One pretty easy, I would say. Of course, easy is a relative term. The second one will be a little bit more difficult, but I don't think too bad. And the third one might require a little extra effort on your part, depending on your level of ability. So I'm going to go through all of that. Now, I got to switch guitars here. So as I say that, and as you're all coming on, I wanted to let you know, too, that this is a free online lesson. And I do teach online as well, for those of you who don't know that. And I do have spots available. There is a link in the description below in both YouTube and Facebook. So I'm broadcasting to both. You can click that. I know times are tough, so I've got a free first lesson on there, and I've got 3 total lessons for a pretty decent price in there, and it's all money back guarantee also. So that's also kind of good. So you got nothing to lose. Might want to give that a try, and click that on if you're looking for something to do while you're quarantined. We're all quarantined right now. The other thing too is that these classic rock riffs. Hey, where's the tabs and stuff? I do have them. They're part of my 20 classic rock riffs. It's also a link in below, PDF. You click that in. Once you get into there, you'll also be part of my Tuesday Tips newsletter, which will be giving you all kinds of really cool information throughout each week on a Tuesday morning, Tuesday Tips, hence that. So check that out as well. So anyway, we're going to get started pretty quickly here. And then, yes, I've got a little treat for you at the end, a little extra fun little part. I like to always close off with something, with a song. This one's going to be a little bit more difficult for me to do, and I'll explain that when I get there. I'm also going to be open to questions and things that you may want me to either answer right here or cover the next lesson. So think about that as we're going through this. I'll remind you guys later, too, about the very same thing. All right. So let's get this ball rolling. We are going to do a lesson. So this is for those of you who are on live, and it's also those of you to come on later. So hopefully you can pick up something. So if you know of anyone that's going to miss this, let them know. Hopefully I can help you out. And like I said, online lessons, I do have some spots open. They are available. So you might want to click on that down below if you are interested. Money back guarantee, the whole thing. So you got no risk. Hey, can't beat that. All right, so let's go on with the first one. This is the first lick that I'm going to show you all. Now, this one is pretty, I don't know, I'd say easy. No, it's not going to be Smoke on the Water. So I'm going to call that one out right now as it is. There's going to be no Smoke on the Water here. I did that way back when I think I was 10 years old on a guitar that had 2 strings. And, I thought I could play Smoke on Water. And actually, I did. I taught myself Smoke on the Water. I was playing in the wrong key, of course. But anyway, no, that's not what we're going to do here for the first one. The first one is relatively easy. Anybody who's watching this or who will be watching this that is a current or former guitar student of mine has probably already gone through this song. If not, it's going to be new to you now. And it's fairly simple. It's a song that's all on 1 string. So when we do first songs, this is really a nice thing to do, is to have a first song which is all on 1 string. So what we're going to do is give you the song 25 or 6 to 4, which is a song by Chicago. So this will be the beginner easy one. And then we're going to get a little bit more difficult as we move along. This song will be played on this low string right here. Okay, so this is the low E string. Sometimes we call it the 6th string. It goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 from bottom up. So we call it the 6th string sometimes, or a lot of times, most of us in the real world just call it the E string. So you can click on you go onto the E string and you play the song here. Now, a couple little things here. If you've been following me for the last few weeks, or if you are a student, or if you are also looking on or what was I going to say here? If you're a student, or if you are, oh, you know what? Hold on a second, folks. I've got to check something here. Hey there. Yeah, this should be on 16. Cool. Sorry, guys. I thought I had a technical issue there. So anyway, let's get on with it. So 25 or 64. So if you've been following me at all, I'm a very big stickler on technique. Technique is a big thing of mine because if you have poor technique, chances are you're probably going to have issues and you're going to have problems. So let's just take like 2 minutes and cover that really quick. First, on the right hand, make sure you're holding the pick correctly, like that, like so. These 3 fingers are relaxed. And for all 3 of these songs, we're going to anchor this part, this heel of our hand right here. Okay, this heel of our hand is going to be anchored on the top part of our bridge right here. So if you have an acoustic, by the way, if you have an acoustic, you can definitely do 2 of these 3. The last one, maybe, depending on how your acoustic's covered or constructed. So let's start with this. Put the heel of the hand up here on the top part of the bridge. And what we're going to do is we're going to use our wrist for the picking. And we're going to pick with the side of the pick, okay, and go right across the string as we play our song, all right? So that's with the left hand. Now, the right hand. Now, on the left hand, what we're going to do with this hand here is make sure that our thumb is grabbing onto the back of the neck. We're going to be grabbing it like this and having our wrist bent, and we're going to be trying to use the tips of our fingers as best as we can, all right? Tips of our fingers, all right? So this song here, all on one string. So those of you who like one string songs, you're in luck. This is a good one. All right, let me turn this on real quick. It would be nice if I had sound. And do not have sound. Oh, it's because it came unplugged. Sorry about that. See, and I'm a guitar instructor. Even we screw up sometimes. All right, let's get this plugged in if I can see it. All right, here we go. So this song goes like this. That's most of it, unless you're going to play the guitar solo. So what we're going to do is talk about what fingers play what notes, because that kind of matters on how you play guitar. We always generally like to put the correct fingers on the correct notes. This gets obviously more involved as you play leads and play more complicated pieces. But we're going to have 2 hand positions. Our hand is going to be like this, playing the very first one. And then we're going to move our hand and play it right here for the remaining 4 notes, okay? So you're going to have your thumb behind that 3rd fret, and then you're going to move it behind the 2nd fret for the last 4 notes. The very first one is here and here. Let me turn around and now show you how to play the first one. So it's very simple on a concept. I don't know if it'll be simple for you. You're going to have to let me know if showing me a mirrored image. Oh, thanks, Bill. I thought I corrected that. Let me see if I can change that. Boom. There we go. How's that? Better? That must be better. Okay. Yeah, I'm a lefty. Thanks for the note, Bill. Y'all probably wondering, lefty? When did he turn into a lefty? Forgot to click the little magic thing here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Get back here for you guys. There we go. All right. So we're going to play this like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. On the 5th fret on the low E string. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we're going to go to we're going to move our hand with our ring finger. So ring finger plays that one. And then we're going to go to the 3rd fret. And the ring finger is going to play on the 3rd fret 2. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then the middle finger takes the 2nd fret. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Note nothing else is moving. Just our fingers. So you shouldn't have to be, doing all kinds of sloppy finger. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then we move our whole hand over. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on that 3rd fret. And then we're going to move to the 2nd fret with the middle finger. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. And then we're going to use the pointer finger for the 1st fret 4 times. 1, 2, 3, 4. and then the open E, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then you start again. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, right, start again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, move your hand, ring finger, 3rd fret, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, middle finger, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, pointer finger, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then while you're on that open string, while it's ringing, you can actually move your hand up because you don't need your fingers for that last 1, 2, 3, 4. So you move it up, go back and start again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Move your hand, ring finger, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Middle finger, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pointer finger, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And as those last 4 are going open string, you go back up and play it all over again. All right, so those tab, that's an easy tab that's written. It's in 20 Essential Clocks of Rock Riffs in that PDF I got down below. So you go ahead and you can click that and you can get that tab for that particular piece. I did have requests. A couple people were asking about that, so I figured I'd throw that out to you. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Much better. Okay, awesome. All right, somebody's asking this other camera. Sorry, folks. I do apologize. I want to make sure that you all see it. See it well. I'm going to adjust one camera here. So if you're not seeing your camera move, you're fine. At least it's over here. All right, cool. So that is the easy song. Yes, the easy song. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. The big thing about that isn't really about playing the song. It's a concept to know about when to move your hand, how to move your hand, what fingers to use. Even though the song is kind of simple in concept, that idea carries on through all guitar playing, no matter whether you're just going to strum, and be a strummer and sing songs, or you're going to be playing really complicated pieces. Positioning of the hand, positioning of the fingers, where the hand is and the thumb and the wrist are every bit as important as the fingers in front. All right. So this is a really, really big deal if you want to be able to play and be able to sound good. All right. So that's the easy song. All right. So now we got another one. We're going to do a second one. What's the second one? What is the second one? Oh, second one. Yes. So strangely enough, it is a song by Led Zeppelin. Led Zeppelin? What are you talking about, Led Zeppelin? Well, I like this riff. Some of you who are seeing this or are going to see this have probably been here. I'm just checking here. Sorry, folks. I'm just checking on something real quick. Should be public there. Okay, sorry about that. All right. If anybody's watching over there on YouTube, let me know if that sound's coming through. I've been having issues the last couple of weeks. I do apologize for that. I want to make sure that you all are hearing this well. All right, so the song that I got by Led Zeppelin. Ooh, there's so many. Oh, I really wanted to do this one. But that one would take a little bit too long and I wouldn't get to the third one that I want to teach you. So I figured I'd spare the ocean for another day. We can go to the ocean another day. This is one that I think is off their first album or second album. Somebody correct me on that one. Those of you who know Zeppelin. All right, that is How Many More Times by Led Zeppelin. I think that's on their first album. That riff is played a lot by the bass player, believe it or not. Mostly, John Paul Jones mostly did that riff, but Jimmy Page did join in later on. But it's also a really, really cool one. It involves only 2 strings. See, we're graduating now from 1 string to 2 strings. It's a 2-string song. Now, everything that I just said about the first one with the Chicago song 25 or 64 applies here on how we position our right hand and where we put it. Also, how we use our wrist and how we position our hands and our fingers. All these things apply for this one as well. The nice part about this one, though, as opposed to 25 or 6 to 4, is that you're not going to be moving your hand around. Your hand should stay in pretty much the same place. Now, here is how I am holding the back of my neck there on the guitar. So this is how you will hold it the entire time. Now, you'll also note when I'm playing, you don't see a lot of movement on my wrist, on my thumb, definitely not on my arm, my shoulders. The thing about when you play guitar is you need to be very relaxed, very kind of chill, very cool on your hand and your arms here, because the more tense you get, that does affect your playing in the long run. You know, so if you don't want to be moving your arm around and fingers and all this kind of stuff and put your shoulders in and all that stuff, you don't really be needing to do that. Just chill, just relax, just hang out, just relax, and let the fingers do the talking. Okay, and that's what's going to happen here. The fingers are going to do the talking. So when you play this song. This is on the 5th and the 7th frets, and we're going to be using, like I said, the A string or the 5th string, and we're going to use the E string or the 6th string. Now, on the 5th fret, all the notes are going to be played with the pointer finger, and on the 7th fret, all the notes are being played with the ring finger. So we're going to be very specific on what fingers play what notes, all right? So this is really, really super, super duper important that we get that down, okay? So now what we're going to do is learn how to play this. So it starts with an open E. And then we're going to play the 7th note on the 7th fret, on the A string. So those of you who know your notes on the guitar, those are E notes. So they're both E's. And then we're going to go down to the 5th fret on that A string. Notice the song's got a boom, bum, bum, boom. So kind of think of how that rhythm goes. So you're going to play these first two. And then the next one is going to be this B note, which is the 7th fret on the E string. So all down pick. There's no up picking in this song either. In fact, the 25 or 64 too, just down picking. There's no up picking in any of these songs here. So, all right. Now we're going to play that sequence of notes again, but we're going to play it a slightly different way. Back to the open E. So that's from the 7th fret to the 5th fret on the A string. So. That second half of the riff closes out with on the 7th fret E string, and then back to the 5th fret on the A string. All right, that's it. So what you do is you keep repeating that over and over and over again. So your fingers go in the same order. Just note that the first time, that's note 2 and 3 goes kind of quick, and then you come back around and play that again. There's a little more space in between them, okay? There's a little more space between those notes, and you just cycle it through and through. So that's how you play that riff. Now, as a bonus, if you can play the power chords, I'm hoping that many of you, or most of you can. When you play the power chords, there's a little that comes in periodically in the song. Depends on when Robert Plant is done doing his vocal things. So when you're playing it, it's just a D power chord, which is just right here on the 5th fret, pointer finger right there on the A string, 5th fret, ring finger, little finger are on the D string and G strings respectively, 7th fret. So that's just the power chord, just a D power chord. And then you take this same form and you just go up one set of strings, play it this way here, and it is an A power chord. So, and it sort of is on an offbeat. So there's a little extra credit for you. So little bow, 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 bow. So there's a little bit of a, it's more like an upbeat on an offbeat. So that's how you play that. That's how you would play that that part. So that's a little extra credit on How Many More Times, Led Zeppelin. Yes, that is a cool song. And then, you know, hey man, if you got drive, if you got electric guitar, put a little drive into it and that's it. And then later on, there's some weird parts, and we're not going to cover that in a lesson here because we'd be here all day. How about that? Isn't that something? So there you go. There's 2 songs, 2 out of 3. Pretty cool, I think. Not too terribly difficult. They're single note songs, so they're great. Believe it or not, they actually are great starter songs. I got the tabs below, so if you need that, and you can just click that and you can get the tabs on that if you need it. But it's pretty easy to figure out. All right, now we're going to go on to the 4th song. The 4th song, what's the 4th? The 3rd song. Did I say 4th? Yikes. Oh, man, it's getting late. Yeah, you know, quarantine. Can I just take a little side note here? Those of you who are watching this in real time, you know, are we noticing each day is like Groundhog Day? Yeah. Hey, JR Jammin'. Thank you, man. You know, that it's like Groundhog Day. I remember we were going to bed last night. We were saying, didn't we just miss? It seems like every day it's nighttime and we're going to bed. And did we just do that? And we get up in the morning. It's like, we just got up, didn't we? Why are we getting up again? Anyway, I'm sorry. I digress. So, all right. The 3rd one, the 3rd song requires a little bit more work if you're not used to it, if you are not into playing leads or you haven't played leads. If you have acoustic, you could play it. You probably would need a cutaway because we're going to play it up here on the 12th fret. So if you don't have that cutaway and it's one of those regular ones, this might be a little bit difficult for you to do. And if you play, if you have electric guitar and you've never done a lead guitar thing in the world, I've actually have taught some people who were somewhere in the upper, I would say late beginner, bordering on intermediate range. So it's a song that y'all probably will know. You're going to know it once I play the riff, and I'm going to play the riff and let you all tell me what it is, because I think you're all going to tell me what it is, and just leave me a comment down there and on YouTube there, and just let me know. So here it is. It sounds something like this. All right. You know what? Hold on. There you go. I think I need a guitar lesson. All right, so Guns N' Roses, Sweet Child of Mine. That's a cool little lick up in the beginning there. I'm going to make a couple of disclaimers. Those of you who might be aware of this already. This song actually is written in the key of E flat, or it's tuned to E flat. The guitar. What that means is that the guitar is tuned down a half step. So, like, in other words, this is an E right now. Currently, it's actually tuned down to an E flat, and all the strings are tuned down. And he plays it in this 12th fret position. Now, if you put it onto the record, oh, I know why this sounded weird to me. Here we go. That's it. If you put it on the record, it's going to actually sound right here. But I'm going to show it on the 12th fret because that's actually where it is played physically on the guitar. You can tune your guitar down. I'm not going to do that now because we're wasting too much time. But you want to play this on the 12th fret. So it's going to be in the key of E that I'm going to play it in. It's going to be here. If you want to play to the record, you will have to tune your guitar down a half step and play it in this place. The other reason why I'm going to do it this way is if you wanted to learn the rest of the song, which we're not going to do in this lesson, and if you tune the guitar down and play it in this 12th fret position, you're also going to play the chords normally. It's like a G and there's a E minor, a C. You're going to play them normally. If you want to play it in standard tuning in E flat, you're going to have to play weird bar chords, and it's going to be kind of uncomfortable to play, and you don't really want to be able to do that. So that's why I'm showing you in 12th fret. I know I spent way too much time on that, but it's kind of important because if you put it on YouTube and you're playing it to the 12th fret, it's like, wait a minute, wait, this doesn't sound right. I'm off, I'm up. Just drop your fingers down a half step, and that's the lead part, okay? So there, disclaimer, done. Now, this song is a little twisty-turny. I haven't played it in a while, which is why I screwed up in the beginning. So sorry, folks. I did screw up. But finger positioning is really crucial in this one. That's a really crucial thing to be able to do, to learn, because if you don't get the fingers right, like I screwed up, and you saw me screw up there, right? Then, it's going to be very difficult to play this lick. So I'm going to get into it right now. I'm going to clean up my sound. We're going to go really super clean here. There we go. All right, so if you got your electric guitar, let me talk about the sound first. The tone on this guitar, uses Les Paul. I'm almost positive he used Les Paul on this one. He always played Pauls. That's all I know him for. But you're going to want to use your pickup, okay, on the neck position down here. It just sounds, it's got that kind of low, bassy, low mid sound to it. So you want to make sure that your pickup selector is to here, all right? And then you can adjust your volume knobs. I just keep them up at 10 right now. Keep them up, but you may want to adjust them. Feel free to do that. Don't just assume your guitar is just going to magically sound good without you making any adjustments to the guitar, all right? So let's just kind of remember that as well. All right, so now when we do this on the guitar, we're going to start with on the 12th fret, the pointer finger on the D string, and then the little finger is going to be on the 15th fret on the B string. So that is what we call an octave. This is a D note, and that's a D note. So pointer finger, little finger, and then on the G string, 14th fret, ring finger, 12th fret, pointer finger. All right, now this next part, which is where I screwed up, is a little twisty-turny with the fingers, but you can get it once you practice it. So after we do this part, 15th fret over here with the little finger, all right, on the first string, the E string. So, and then I use my middle finger on the 14th fret G string. And then the ring finger is going to take the 14th fret on the E string. So, and then back to that 14th fret on the G string. You're going to come back to that. So, all right, see how that goes? Now, the riff repeats itself, but what is going to change, and those of you who are familiar with this you'll notice this, is that the first note in the riff is going to change. We're going to go up, and we're going to change that. So the first time, and then we're going to play that same riff, except our first note now is going to be on the 14th fret of the D string, and I'm going to use my pointer finger for that. So after we play this, now my finger position is going to have to change. This is just how I like to do it. There probably are a few different ways. I honestly don't know exactly how Slash plays it. He might play it this way. I don't know. It doesn't really matter. This works for me. When we do the second time, our fingering is going to change a little bit. So it's going to be pointer finger, and then we go back to that 15th fret on the B string. Now I'm using my ring finger. And then I use my middle finger and pointer finger on the 14th and 12th fret on the G string. And then we finish it the same, little finger.
So notice how my fingering changes. The first part. There's the second part. All right, see how the fingering changes for that riff. That's how I play it. If there's another way, let me know. Leave a comment or leave something in the description. Let me know how this works, because I sure don't know any other way to play this. So that's the second part of it. Now there's a third part. So after we play this 2 times, and there's the second part, that one I just described. Now the next first note is going to be here. And that, the fingering is the exact same as the very first. So there's the first part, there's the second part, and the third part. The first part, which is what we described first, the fingering is exactly the same as the third part. Am I making sense? Oh, I'm making sense here. On the third part, the only difference, instead of playing this note, we're playing this note here on the 12th fret on the G string. And everything else is the same as the first part, okay? First part is this. And the third part is like this. All right, notice the fingering is pretty much the same. And the third part. All right, and then we connect all 3 of those together. And then it goes back to the beginning again. All right, so it's two of the first part, 2 of the second part, 2 of the third part, and we repeat the first part, and then you start all over again. So everything's in groups of 4s, okay? And you just repeat that over and over and over. Now, how we get out of it is the closing part. Is what we call it. You call it a tag, or the end of that lick. So after you've done this several times, let's pretend this is the last one, right? So. That's a pretty cool ending, right? So how we're going to play that one, okay, we're going to go, after we play the very end, all right, now the closing lick is played this way. We're alternating the notes to come back to this one with the ring finger on the 14th fret G string. That's an A note. So pointer finger on the 12th fret E string, little finger on the 15th fret B string, then pointer finger back on the 12th fret, back to this note on the ring finger, and the little finger takes the 14th fret on the E string, and then the 15th fret on the E string. All right. Back to the 14th fret, back to the 12th fret, and then the 15th fret of the B string. All right, so let me show you that real slow. All right, and then it goes off into the song. So that is how that lick is played. So it's played fast, so you want to go slow with this. Now, the other thing to talk to you about really quick is the picking on the right hand. It's a lot of alternate picking. So you're doing a lot of down, up, down, up. Sometimes you're going to do 2 downs. So technically they call this hybrid picking, but either or works. Their terminology works. So when you play this, I'll call out down, up as I'm playing it. And you can notice, you can see how I'm playing the using the right hand. So it's down, up, down, 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 No, this is hard to call out, man. All right, down, up, okay, down, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. It's all down, up, down, up, down. Let's just say that. The only exceptions are when you play this octave. It's hard to call it out when you're playing it, man. It's really bizarre. As those are two down, and then we alternate pick. Now that's a down, and then that's a down. Notice this is also an octave. So we play those octaves. That's where the two downs are. So how you pick it really matters quite a bit on how successful this thing is going to sound. So, and then, eventually you just work it out slowly. Always practice slowly. It's kind of a big deal here. Whenever I teach anyone, you start slow. Don't try to play that fast, all right? You want to go as slow as you can. Get that fingering right. Get your picking right. Even if it's this slow, that's fine. Don't matter. Slower, look, the tortoise beat the hare because slow and steady wins the day, right? And then eventually you'll get it to. All right, that's Sweet Child of Mine. How about that? All right, so if you're up for it, there's a song for you to play. It's in the tab book too, down below, 20 Essential Licks. So I am going to close this out with a song that is very difficult to play. It's one of the hardest songs that I have played. It is, of course, a Naturally Rush song. You knew I was going to play a Rush song. But it's very challenging. But I've played it enough times where... Oh, Bob's confused. Sorry. Do you play guitar? If you play guitar, then you won't be confused. But I'm going to play a song that you won't get confused about. So I'm going to actually play a song here to close out. Now, if you all got any questions, all right, if you got something you want to ask me, or if you want to make a suggestion on something for me to cover next time, let me know. I'll get back to you on this as soon as I'm done playing this song. Ooh, what song could it be? Well, what it's going to require is I'm going to have to switch guitars. All right, I have to grab this one. I will tell you it is an instrumental that I'm going to play so that you won't hear any singing. And I have to step back. Why do I have to step back? Because I just need to stand for this one. All right. So we're going to close out with a song, and then I'll get back to you guys. If you got anything you need to ask me, think about it right now, and I will do my best. Or you can leave a comment in the comment sections if you're sitting on YouTube. That would be fine too. All right, so let me get to this position. Can you all see me? I think you can all see me. All right, so let's have a little bit of fun. I've been doing a lot of this. If you've been watching me on Facebook or YouTube, I've been doing a lot of these. I'm probably going to do a separate video on this. But you guys, since you're watching now, get to hear it as we speak. All right. This is a challenging one. It's also a very challenging one to play to a track because I don't know exactly where they're at. So there's a couple of cues here I may miss. Just giving these little qualifiers. It's hard to follow these sometimes, and I don't know half the time what they're doing. But, all right, here we go. You ready? Here's some La Villa Strangiato. Rock and roll, everybody! Whew. Man, I'm going to tell you something. That's to a track, but it's a lot easier when you play with people. I never realized how much we take cues from each other. So anyway, I hope that was okay for you guys. I hope that was okay for you. Any questions, please let me know. If you don't, just leave a comment down there on YouTube if you can, or you can leave something here, a comment on the Facebook page, whichever page you're on. So, I only see half the guitar. Sorry about that. Well, it's on my personal page. If you guys know what my personal page is, I got 2 different cameras. Facebook is weird. I can't sit. Anyway, that's a whole story. I won't get into that right now. So anyway, if you got any questions, please let me know. And leave a message in the comments sections, and I will do my best to get back to you. Also, don't forget, I have those 20 essential licks. Unfortunately, La Viola is not one of those. That would take a lifetime to explain how to play. But the 3 that I just explained, and there's a bunch more in there, that link is below. I have Tuesday Tips newsletter that goes out as well. Bill Duda, can you play that one more time? I tell you what, Bill, this is what I will do. I'm going to actually record a separate one, La Viola Strangiato. I'm going to do one that's going to be for everyone out there. So this was part of the lesson. Just figured to give you guys for fun. But yes, I am going to do one more. You will get another one, only not on this lesson here. So anyway, 20 essential licks. If you need an online lesson, I do give them. So we are all quarantined, probably still for a little while longer. Online lessons are great. You don't have to leave the house. And I've been doing it for quite a while. So there's a deal on that. Click that down below. And I also have a thing, if you might see a link in there called Guitar Finger Gymnastics. That's just a bunch of videos, a bunch of finger exercises to make your fingers do what you want them to do when you play guitar. All right. Other than that, that is the end of today's lesson and today's thing. So I hope that you all enjoyed it. And
And if you're catching this later on, again, I'd love to hear from you. So let me know what you would want me to teach, what you would want to learn, and I will do my best to get back to you. Okay, so thanks a lot and rock on, everybody.